being able to give us this opportunity to go into camp. It was the best week of my life. Um, my favorite part, like, even though we did so many fun things, my favorite part was praise and worship and then doing chapel at night, hearing Pastor Kim speak. It was just like really moving. Like I knew, sorry. I knew that before I went to camp, I wasn't really right with God where I wanted to be, but by the end, I was closer, and I knew it was the greatest thing ever. It felt so good. And like Mr. James said, we were split up so we could make new friends, and I made so many really, really great new friends, and some that like go to my school, and I've never seen them there before, but now I know who they are, and I have those extra people that I know can keep me accountable in my relationship with Christ, and it's really nice to know that I have that now, especially when it's really hard to find things like that at school. Like you kind of feel like you're the only one, but it's kind of nice now to know that I like know other people that are in the same place as me in my relationship with Christ and stuff. So it was so much fun, and I already cannot wait for next year. I know it's gonna be great, and I thank you all for sending us. We did testimonies at camp, so I've said this before, but I forgot some things. But as we all went up there, we were like, I don't want to go on the 15-hour trip. It was the most horrible trip of my life. But when we got up there,
the drive up there was.
Yeah, the drive. And we got there, and you go into the cabins, and you're like, I don't know anyone. I'm gonna have to bunk with people I don't know. You go up there, there's 3-story bunks. We have 3 bunks on top of each other, and you're like, ugh. And then the camps, and they're like, I don't know how I'm gonna stand this for the rest of the week. But as that day that we had chapel on Monday, you're like, oh, well, now I want to be here. But the ropes course, a lot of us are afraid to go up on the zip line stuff, 200 feet in the air, and we all realized that God was holding us and He wasn't going to let anything happen to us. So we had really fun up there, and a lot of people were getting sick. Sally, I think, was the first one to get sick, and then got sick on Wednesday, and I didn't do a lot of stuff on Wednesday in the morning. And then we went to the Field of the Woods, and at the last part of it, Mr. Greg said you guys should have looked up from the top of the 327 steps. You should have looked down and saw what God made, and I have a picture of it, and it's just so magnificent to look down from way up there in the hill and just look down at what God made and stuff like that. And then me and Christina, the last part we went up to worship. We're charging up there with Dr. Pepper and Fudge in one hand, dying, basically trying to get up that hill, but we finally made it up there and it was worth it. And then Wednesday or Thursday, the cabins, like the middle school boy cabins, the high school boys, the middle school girls, and high school girls, we all talked and shared our testimonies, and that day we got a lot closer to everyone in our cabins and everyone we didn't know. And it's like, oh, well, I wish we would have done this sooner, because now we know you guys, and now we're basically leaving. And that night, the girls were all up, we were all outside around midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and they decided to have a praise night where we were just saying worship and stuff like that. And one of the guys that were there from Bradenton came and worshiped with us, and that was pretty cool. I wish all the high school boys were complaining to us that they missed out. We're like, yeah, you did miss out, but that was really great. And the last night, because we had altar call every night, and the last night I went up to the altar and once already, and then at the end we went up again, and I sit down on my knees and started praying, and I couldn't pray, so I just started crying, and I felt God's presence touch me, and I basically cried for a long time. But yeah. And then the ride back down was a lot better because we knew everyone and and even the people on my bus who I had to talk to on the ride there or during camp, I started talking to. So I had a really great time, and I thank you guys all for letting us go there.
Hi. When they told us we were going to go camp, I was like, I mainly went for the fun of it, but like chapel, I was really looking forward to it because it was like 3 hours long on the little papers thing they gave us. But that was probably the funniest time I had up there. You know, it was a lot of fun, and they had like a service at like 1 in the morning, and I really regret missing it. Because this kid's like, hey, I'm gonna go get a soda, and he just never came back. So I kind of got worried, but I guess he had a fun time at 1 o'clock in the morning, and yeah. Bye.
The experience of camp at Tennessee was truly amazing. When I went there, I didn't expect to be all oh God, come and save me. I thought it was just gonna be all fun and games until I got to chapel. Then I was all we really have to listen to this guy, don't we? And then there was this one song called Mighty to Save, and whenever I heard it every night, I started crying. I would always go up to whatever this place is called. Altar. And bow down there. Like Omer said, sometimes I just couldn't pray, so I started crying. And then I would go back to where I was sitting and start crying even more. And I don't really know how to explain it, but I realized that I needed God in my life, and I just couldn't keep on going around in the dark. So I thank you for the experience.
Well, as you guys heard, I got sick the first day, so I was in and out of activities. Took a lot of the pictures, so that kind of gave me some downtime. But we really saw these guys out of their element. We, the bus ride up there, we packed them into vans, and they were sitting 12 to a van. And potty breaks on the way up was my